This video is all about 5 creative ideas for distance learning for your early finishers during remote and hybrid learning. So what do you do when your students have finished their distance learning tasks? Remote learning can certainly be challenging as you try to ensure all your students are learning, progressing, and are occupied. It can be difficult to find suitable and fun virtual learning activities to issue as extension work for your early finishers. So in this video, you will find 5 creative ideas for your early finishers during distance, hybrid, or blended learning classroom. I'm Katie, I'm the founder of Teachers Resource Force, and I love talking about all things character, life skills, art and tech, and just general teaching things. So let's get into it. Distance learning is definitely challenging enough without adding extra unnecessary pressure and stress to students. So if your students are completing their work well, then great, why not let them have some free time to unwind? However, if you find your hybrid or blended learning students are keen to have a bit more structure and direction in their virtual learning, then check out some of the following sites. So the first one is WebDecks. And teachers love to issue colouring activities during downtime or as extension work for early finishers because it's a calming and creative task for students. But what about your early finishers during distance learning? Well, fortunately, you can assign digital colouring pages for your students too at webdecks.com. The WebDeck colouring pages are the exact same experience as colouring physically, and they work on any device with a finger or a stylus. So if you want to offer your hybrid early finishers colouring options without the worries of printing and needing any resources, then this option might be for you. You can also get 1 week free of WebDecks with a monthly or annual membership when you go to webdecks.com. So check it out if you're interested in offering digital colouring pages to your early finishers. Another website which is really great is Virtualvacations.us. This free site is wonderful for extension work for your early finishers because it allows your remote students to take a virtual tour of various cities around the world. This is especially wonderful right now as travel is limited, and this enables all students to widen their horizons and experience cities around the globe. There are walking tours, driving tours, airplane tours, and even a city guesser game. Your early finishers will really enjoy taking a virtual vacation once they've finished all their distance learning tasks. Radio Garden. Have you ever wanted to listen to a radio station that's anywhere around the world? Well, you can with this tool. It's such an incredible free tool. You can basically spin around the globe and listen to the radio stations from any country in any city. What a wonderful way to use extension work for your distance learning students to widen their horizons. They can find the most remote places on Earth and listen to the radio there, or maybe to countries they've visited or wish to visit. A fun activity would be to ask your remote learning students to compare the differences in the type of music or advertisements that they hear on radio stations too. freerice.com. This site is an educational trivia game with a humanitarian twist. So every time students get a correct answer to a question, they are helping to donate rice for people in need around the world. So by encouraging your distance learning early finishers to play educational games on free rice, they can feel empowered knowing that they are helping feed hungry people. What a wonderful way to give back while learning. Duolingo. This is a fantastic free tool to use as early finishers work for your virtual learning students to help them learn a new language. It gamifies learning a new language and encourages students to maintain their streak by practicing every day. And if they decide to make a profile, they can earn little lingos, which they can spend in store and keep a record of their progress in all the languages they want to learn. They can even send invites to friends and have a group leaderboard. It does a really great job at gamifying learning a language. And what I found is when you practice activities, it goes back and finds your weakest areas in the lessons that you've learned so far to help reinforce that knowledge and build your long-term memory. So it's a really incredible tool for learning a language. So to conclude, distance learning and blended learning can definitely be a challenge, and you may be struggling to manage a group of students who are working at very different paces. Some might be barely completing any assignments, while others race ahead and finish work early. So it's important to have an arsenal of fun and engaging websites to keep on hand as extension tasks for you to assign your virtual learning early finisher students. So I hope you found these 5 sites helpful. Let's summarize them again to remind you. You can go to WebDex, which is ideal for relaxing digital coloring pages. And it also has other engaging self-assessing games on there too, which are all included in the price. So check that out if you want to get a free week to check it out with your students. Website 2 was virtualvacations.us. Brilliant for taking virtual tours of various cities around the world and broadening your students' horizons. Radio.garden is wonderful for spinning around the globe and listening to the radio stations from any country. Freerice.com, educational trivia game with a humanitarian twist. So every time students get a correct answer to a question, they're helping to donate food for people in need around the world. And Duolingo, great for learning a new language and practicing every day as well with their gamified approach. So that's all for now. I hope you found this helpful. If you want to get in touch, choose your favorite social media program, pop over and say hi. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And you can always email me privately at katie@teachersresourceforce.com as well. I look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye.